Hold on. All right, okay, I got it. Okay, cool. Must have too many recordings in there. All right. What's going on, everybody? Nobody, come on. If you're decent from the neck up, um,
I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm turning mine off now. That's it. It's popular opinion.
1 second. Look like I have an issue. All right, buddy. Hey, welcome to MLO Live Show. Scott Hudspeth here with my dear business partner, Devin Dubuque. My other business partner, Kobe Rex. What's up, Kobe? What's up?
What's up?
Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble.
Let's go.
All right, what's going on, man? Is nobody? Everybody's just gonna go blind today? Like everybody's like it's just us three. Let's have a combo, man.
Need 5 minutes. Just give me 5 minutes.
There we go. There we go. All right.
Leon is scrambling in the background.
I really am, Devin.
I love it. I love it.
So I got a topic I want to talk about.
Ooh, do tell.
So when we're talking about like why like and I'll just use myself, why I can't, like, maybe I complain about the market, maybe I complain about rates, maybe I complain about different things, whatever, right? Like it's always like, I think a lot of people would talked about rates went up, inventory, blah blah blah, right? There was always these things. So now today, so the question that I'm going to start asking people when they say something like that, when I have a one-on-one conversation or one to a group, and I would love to ask somebody here that the same question is, you can't use something else for your success or lack of success. You have to say I. So the 3 I's. What are 3 I's that you can use or say? Like, I need to work harder. I need to do blank. So fill in the blank. And I think that'll help you as a business professional. Like, David, and I know you, it's probably not a fair question for you because you're mom, but what's one I that I could do, and I as in David could do that would help your business?
More consistent with my calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all over the board on the calls. I've actually got a pretty good lineup of deals coming in, but it's more of places that I've gone. I do a networking thing every Wednesday, and we have 2 guys show up to 30 guys. We never know who's going to show up. It's like a happy hour. We go there for a couple hours. I've got in the last month, I've gotten 3 deals just from just talking to, hey, what do you do for a living? Like people that are new to the crowd. And
Yeah.
so, but yes, to be more consistent, I personally need to make more calls. And,
Okay.
and I actually want to talk to you about it next week, about reaching out to new realtors. I have an idea about finding them and stuff, and see if you could help me with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think so. And you're not saying cold calls. I think one of the challenges, and Kobe can attest to this, he's just calling saying, hey, can I put you in a better financial situation? It's such an open question, easy question to ask. And Kobe, I mean, are you not knocking it out of the park with that question?
It's so disarming. It's not about like, hey, can we lower your rate? It's just, it allows them to open up to what they're thinking instead of just pushing them in a specific direction.
Yeah. So think about that. So like, is there any weird pushback whatsoever, Kobe? Like, is there any like, take me off your list, stop calling me? Do you get some of that?
When I'm calling cold,
Yeah.
I get a little bit more of that, but a lot of what we talk about here, like my Wednesday calls, is where I had a lot of connects this week. And no, most of them are just honored that we're still opening up that conversation because they're all getting called by their servicers
Yeah.
that really are just wanting to do something. But I really like how you talk about kind of hitting some rapport questions before you just jump into it. But I feel like if you're just a human and you talk to them and open up and then bring that question in, it's been having a very easy conversation.
Yeah. And man, it's have you tried it with the cold calls? Because I have. I'm like, hey, I just called them. I'm with I'm with Premier Lending and just wanted to see if there's anything I can do to put you in a better financial situation. I see you're looking at homes on one of our websites. It's
So
not
I think that
saying,
that's
can I help you with a mortgage? It's opening it because maybe they're looking at homes, but they want to keep theirs and add on or you just never know. But if you open the door, it's a question that says more than just buy a home, sell a home, invest in a home. It covers all of those in one, and so it lets them go. Well, I was thinking about.
Can I ask Kobe a quick question?
Yeah.
It's a rhetorical question because I know the answer, but he and I've been talking a lot lately, and Kobe, there's a couple of things that I want to go over. Number one, how many calls does it typically take you to get through before you get warmed up and things actually start to go positively?
it took 10 last time, and then I hit 4 in a row that were really good. So yeah, the first 10, I'm just not feeling like it gets. I got a lot of answer machines, and then all of a sudden it was like just popcorn right after that.
So how do you get past those 10, right? Like, because a lot of people, I think they get to 5 or 6 and all of a sudden it's like, this doesn't work. And they just kind of step away. Like, what motivates you to keep going?
Well, I really do kind of break it down. I just kind of take it my first 5 calls, and then I actually just like walked around upstairs for a little bit, and then I came back downstairs and just went another 5 calls, and then walked around a little bit, and then came back, and then literally just like, oh wow, people are answering my phone again. And so
Yeah.
that was kind of what I just did, is didn't take it in like, oh my gosh, I need to go make 50 calls right now. I'm gonna keep going through as long as I feel. Okay,
Yeah.
take a quick, and using that kind of like micro dosing to get through it.
Well, and one thing I know is that you do take 2 hours every day and you rifle through calls. Like, I know because you're on all-star calls and you do it every single day. I see you Monday through Friday doing it consistently. Now, again, a lot of people I think have a hard time saying it can be done, and we'll talk about that. But I also know that a lot of the lists that you were calling are cold. You're getting them from agents that are clients that they've, not moved forward, older lists, and you're doing the outreach on that. How many leads have you gotten from those lists in the last 30 days?
So I've gotten 25 from Kimberly's list, specifically just calling through her realtor.com stuff, and then she has this other system. But it's just been like, it started as a trickle, but now it's kind of cool because she has like teams underneath her now, and like instead of me only pushing them out, I'm getting probably 1 call every 2 days being like, hey, I got this person reactivated. So it was slow, and like I didn't want to keep doing it at the beginning,
I
but
remember.
man, yeah, now the wheel is turning, and it's just like, man, I didn't even touch that today, and I got them calling me. What is going on?
So what was it that said, man, I just don't even want to do this? Like, what is it? Something inside you, your core? Like what is it? And I'm sure other people can relate to this.
Results.
Is it results? Is it fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of the unknown? It's not
Well,
work.
I feel like what it was is that it just there's like, for me, I love 2019 through 2021. Like, you could basically
We,
call database, go through it, and it was just shooting fish in a barrel.
yeah,
And then I feel like a lot of times, one of the worst times I had in the business, I felt like I was doing a lot of activity, but it wasn't translating. So I guess for me, it's that mental block of like it not getting into that negative self-talk of like, oh, you're just repeating that cycle. Fall of 2021, you know how it felt. You know that you wasted time and you got out. Whereas like it's basically not rehearsing that script, and just, I mean, that's why I love the community that we have both here and then also within All Star Calls, because it's just everybody's going through the same thing. And
yeah,
I just,
yeah.
that was what, it's not playing that mental script of it's not worth it.
Gotcha. Martine, what's up, buddy?
You're muted, my brother.
Yeah, he's trying to.
And Dion's got her hand up too. So
Who does? Oh, Dion.
Dion.
Dion, hey.
How you guys doing?
Good, Martin. What's up, buddy? Hey, man. So you doing okay? Been a while since we actually physically talked.
Yeah, no, doing good. Just actually have made some changes on a couple things, but yeah, doing really good.
I love to
Can't
hear about
complain.
it, man. Love to hear about it. Deanne, what you
Yeah, I hired a builder.
You fired a builder. Okay, listen.
Mm.
So here's just so you guys know, Martin, he's the one that gave me the go after the builder reps instead of the builder. And Martin, can you talk about that for a second? Because I think this is a mastery right here. This is like
Yeah. So the whole, everybody has trying to do this job for, good morning, is for transactional. And that whole idea that you're doing a deal and you're trying to build a business. Thank
oh, I
um
got him at the drive-through.
super, yeah, right. It's my daily morning there. So every builder lender is transactional.
Listen to this. Listen to this, guys.
A ton of a transactional, 100%. They don't care about the client coming back, and they're doing, hundreds of deals per year. The realtor, the salesperson in the office, as well as the lender, they're not doing anything. They're going from trying to make a whole. Those are referral partners that get more walk-in business than anybody else in this industry. On a daily basis, there's people looking for them, looking for their product, and are nice to them. So if you can build a relationship with just one office or one sales office, a couple of those guys, and just be nice to them. You're not there to get their business, to do their business. You're there to get all of the stuff that they don't want, can't do, will follow up, and people are looking for them in the future. Be friends with them. They're not actually writing offers and doing deals, but they got nonstop people looking for them for business.
You guys hear
So
this? Like hundreds of people walking through the door to look at this home. Only one person can buy the home.
my database annually is roughly, I get about 2,000 people that walk in the door. And so I track that, and with those 2,000 people, about 150 of them do a transaction. So the rest of them are in the market because they walked in looking for a house. So that's a shitload of people every single day looking for something that I could potentially connect them with. So the quicker you can get to a referral partner that has nonstop business with expectations that are nothing. Like these people, all they want to do is, have them talk to somebody and not get cussed out later on that you send them to them. But you want to be able to make friends with those people, because you will get business with very little and no expense.
Yes.
Like you're not having, I mean, you could go in there, take them to Starbucks and,
Yeah.
put them on your, your calendar to make sure you take them flowers and something for their birthdays and, Mother's Day, Father's Day, that kind of stuff. They're sitting in an office with nobody to talk to every day. Go make friends.
Is it crazy? Is that crazy?
And
It's crazy, right?
They're looking for somebody to have lunch with.
Yeah.
Because they can't leave. So be a part of that. And it's an easy way. I mean, you could probably get, without little effort, just driving around to a sales offices on a daily basis, you could comfortably get a couple deals per month. And it's free.
I mean, I talk about this all the time. So it's transaction based. Kobe, back in COVID, it was transaction based. That's why it was so easy, because everybody could benefit from the transaction. So that's where. So we'll take Dion. Dion, what you got? Is that crazy? Oops, can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there we go. Gotcha.
For me, it's because I'm I guess you would call me what, business to business?
Yes.
I don't know.
You're B2B. Yeah. For you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bothering people. I think about how many phone calls you get a day of someone trying to sell you something. And so my thought process is I don't want to bother anybody, but what I struggle with is I'm not bragging when I say this, but people like to learn stuff. So I'm good with filling up a Zoom room with people who want training, who want development, but I'm horrible at following up and those as like warm leads. So that's one thing that I admire about originators. Like you guys pound the pavement, you don't care about picking up the phone, but that's something I just can't get past. And I think it has to do with, I mean, technically I've been at operations for over 29 years.
Yeah.
30 next month.
Yeah.
But I would really, really, really love to see you, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, do something on that, because I seriously struggle with it.
On follow up, warm follow up. Is it organizational based or is it just inner?
It's like both, because like I don't remember who I was talking to, but I shared with them about how many leads that I had collected over the past 2.5 years. And I've got over 3,000 companies,
Okay.
originators, and processors and stuff that have registered for my webinars
Yeah.
just over the past 3 years. And that's not even counting the business cards that I've collected over the past 2.5 years. That's probably like another 1,000. But I seriously do nothing with them.
Okay, gotcha. So you just like so you got to have a solution. So what's the solution? Like, and this is for everybody. What's like, for example, if I was to, and this is a perfect topic. I talked to a couple people last night, and I'm like, "What's your pitch when you call an agent?" And they're like, uh, and I go, "Well, here's mine. Hey, hey, I see you're doing good. I have this really cool AI automation that hits a lead within 1 minute of coming in. I don't know if you have anything like this. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. And then also, and so it's speed to lead. And the cool part about that is if you don't get them within 3 minutes, you can Google the percentages, but after 3 minutes, your chance of ever getting them goes right, like literally nil. And so it does that, but it also sends an email and then it interacts with them. If they ask, it's reaction, not like it's not putting stuff out there. It's reacting to whatever the client says. I have that that I'm doing for other agents, and then also we're CDLB certified. I'd love to share with you how we're helping agents get business on the divorce side of things from just talking about it. Do you have 15 minutes that I could share to you how this system works and what this might look like? Worst case scenario, Dion, take it back to your current lender that you're working with and use it with them. I'm just trying to help enough other people. This market's been so good to me. I just want to give back and hope that I can help somebody else. Which day works best? So when you have a solution, so like we could come up with, because you have so much, you help people so like under like with like DU approvals and credit reports and LOA. We did a class with you yesterday. So when you find out what the need is, what's the top 1% doing, which is why I love the show. I interview the top 1% and they tell me what they're doing. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And they're just connecting and asking, what if you just organically called and said, hey, is there anything I can do to help you? We've talked in the past. Is there anything I can do to put you in a better place in regards to your business? And half of them would probably say, well, what do you do? Right? Because they don't remember you from years ago. So that would be a good thing for you to go. So B2B, same thing with agents. How you doing? Is there anything I can do to help you? I mean, try it and see what happens. See what they say. And then if 10 people come back and say, I wish I had this, I wish I had this, I wish it. Now you're like, okay, now I have a solution to the other 2,800 that I could use a script knowing that 90% of the people need this. So to find out what they need, just ask 100 of them that are on your list to find out. Does that help?
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Cool. It makes sense?
Are you an originator?
No. She's a asktheunderwriter.net. So she coaches people on how to not get egg on your face, lose relationships, how to read credit reports, how to not mess it up when it gets to the final hour,
Okay.
how to find out when you first get an application. So that's what she helps with. And she's amazing at it. Tricks of the trade. She's got a cool. Hey, Deanna, why don't you post that link to your sheet in the comment section there? You guys got to grab the sheet. So, Yolanda, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good.
Good. So two quick things, or actually four quick things. One is just a response to Dion, and I know some people that do B2B business and they do it very well. And two of the tools they use that I personally have felt was working is constant communication. You see them in your email. They use a CRM. And I'm going to go coaching is an example. They send me something. Amir sent me something every Saturday. Saturday at 9 or 10, whatever, I can bet that there's something coming from him. So that keeps him very much
You just know
in
it's coming.
view.
You brought it up.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Keeps
yeah.
him in view, and I know what he does. I know what his value proposition is. And if I'm going to go for any coaching, his coaching will be a very serious contender. Number one. Number two, he does a lot of free content. So every Tuesday, Ahmed does a session that he publicizes on Facebook, and it revolves the topic, different topics every Tuesday. And yours might not be every Tuesday, it might be once a month, but we need to know there is something happening, and it has to be consistent.
Very good.
Because on Tuesday at 4, if you click on that link, there is something going on. And so just being in the face of people, if there is value, people will always want to come along. So
Very
that is
great
one.
advice. Great advice.
Yeah. And I have my own question. I don't know if I can ask it now or
Yeah,
later.
sure. No, you can do it.
So the lowering of the rates has had its unintended consequences in my business. So I got a call yesterday, someone that has been thinking of refinancing. He already was sending his documents. He was like, oh, I hear that rates are going to come down a little bit more. I'm going to put that on pause and wait till December before I do anything. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Yesterday again, another client, this was a tough client. We already did the loan. We already have clear to close. We're supposed to close today. Sent me a note last night and said, the rates are going down. I think I'll wait until the rates go down before I buy. I'm not coming to closing today. And I was speechless. I didn't even know what to say.
So they got a
So
contract they were going to buy, or they just walked away from the contract?
yeah, that's what she wants to do. She's like, I'm going to wait when rates go down. I'm going to buy again. I'm going to walk away.
Wow. Okay.
And we're supposed to be closing today.
So she loses
So
her earnings.
can I jump in there real quick?
Sure.
So what I've had that happen to me too. What I do is I live in Miami, and our equity in homes here go through the roof, way over 5% every year. So I use the low number of 5%, and I say to them, I say, look, you can wait, but you never know. It could change tomorrow. It could change a year from now. But if you wait a year, you're going to miss out on the equity growth. So I do the math for them, and I show them, hey, the house is going to go up, let's just say 50,000, and the difference in the rate going from 7 to 6, whatever it is, whatever that difference is that they're waiting for, I do that math. So it could be easily a 20,000, 30,000 or more difference in missing on the equity. So I say, look, buy now with the higher rate. You're building a savings account. You're building equity in your home. And I've turned a lot of clients around. I'm kind of give you the cliff notes of how I speak to them, but it works. You got to learn the math, do the math, and explain it to them in a very easy way. They're like, oh, I never thought of it that way. Then the rate becomes not an issue.
I was going to say the same thing, David. At the end of the day, if you talk to them about the equity position and how homes appreciate 5% or more year over year, and that's consistent and has been consistent over time. And then you talk about the fact that the house that they're going to look for, 5 months from now, 6 months from now is going to go up in value. But more importantly, when the rates go down, more people are going to jump back into the market simultaneously, which again is going to drive up prices and make it more difficult to land on the home that you really want. The other thing you can talk about is that in 6 months, if the rates do happen to move down, now we can talk about doing a refinance at that point in time. And, I'll cut all the cost on that to make it more economical for you so that you can do that. But let me ask you this question. What's the most important thing for you right now? Because obviously, a lot of times we get hung up on rate. Is it the rate? Is it the payment? What is it that's scaring you right now? Because it can't just be the market. We can always improve the interest rate. Yeah. We can't control the fact the house is going to go up if you wait. What is it today that's stopping you from wanting to move forward? Because you got to get to the root of the problem. If you don't know the real reason isn't rate. It's probably because they're scared of the payment.
That's what it is. They're scared of the payment.
So then the
Exactly.
question is there any potential opportunity to buy down the rate, do a 2-1 buy down, put them in a better position right now temporarily so that they have the opportunity to still buy the house that they want and still take advantage of the potential for refinance down the road?
And Yolanda, I just went to Chat GPT and asked over the last 10 years what the appreciation was in Georgia, and I put Atlanta. I put Georgia and Atlanta 8.5%.
Sounds about right.
Scott, Yolanda, may I say something?
Please.
Mhm.
Okay, what kind of profession is this client? Is an engineer? Is in sales? What does he does for a living?
She's a nurse.
So she is very analytical. Okay. And she's an educated buyer because she's been reading all the news and all the fussy and glitz that is about the rate going down.
Right.
I had a similar situation, but in a refinance. Okay. A nurse at a kids hospital here in Miami, she wanted to not even start because, too many news about 3 more cuts. The rate's going to go to the 5, maybe 4th, and all that. So what I did send her was a study that I found in Yahoo Finance about the Loy Touch that says that the rates that we have today are the rate we're going to have all the way up to 2027. Okay. So then what I did was I said, listen, take this research. It's not me who's telling you this. It's Yahoo Finance through Deloitte & Touch. So I sent it to her and I said, listen, let's just say we have to wait all the way up to 2027. And I can save you today about $500. Do the math. Do you think it's worth it waiting all that long for an uncertainty? Because, what you're hearing is news, forecast, but how many times forecasts materialize? Bottom line, we're supposed to take an app today, okay? But, depends what kind of client is it. Sometimes you need to fit your response with data, okay? And that's what I choose to do with this client. Hopefully I get an app. Hopefully we take it to close. But what I did was instead of reading and hearing all the news, all the buzz, I put her in a context that she can sit down, analyze it, and check herself.
Love it, dude. I love that. Thank you, Rafael. That's awesome. Great stuff. Very cool. Very cool. What else? Jerry, you had a question earlier. Did that help?
Yeah, I was going to ask Martin, when you going out to these builders and meeting with them, I mean, are you picking certain days over there and have you known what days they're coming? I mean, I like the idea. The thing where I'm at is most of the builders are out 30, 40 miles from the part of the Metroplex in Dallas that I'm at. So I'm kind of trying to figure out what, going out there and meeting with them and chatting with them a little bit more about, what you're, going out there to talk about, that kind of stuff. I'd love to hear more about, that and how often you're hitting, your reps you're doing to the same place. Because it's, in the Metroplex in Dallas, it's a lot of driving out there. A lot of times it's not the right, the builder's not the one that's out there, or the sales rep is a sub sales rep or something. So I'm kind of just understanding a little bit more about what you're doing because I like that idea.
So Martin, did you hear the question?
Yeah, it sounds like it's a little bit further outside of where he lives. Is that correct?
30 minutes. I
Yeah.
think he just wants to know, is there a best day? I don't.
Yeah, or just, what are you coming out to with? Because I've done some builder things, and when I'm walking in the doors, we've already got our first lender, we already got our second lender, we already got our third lender,
Cool.
and they really don't want to give the time of day.
Perfect.
That's not what you're there for.
Yeah.
You're not there to get the builder business. You don't
Yeah.
want the builder business. That's a completely different job than
Different
what you
mindset
do.
here.
Like
That's
you
what I'm
don't
looking
you
for is
don't
the
want
difference
that.
because I don't want to be that, that same thing going out there. So
So
Yeah.
you're spending time calling realtors that you don't see, you don't know, that have no time for you, that 100 other people are calling, right? It's very similar with builder business. The difference is that you have a captive audience. These guys are stuck. They're there 5 days a week and
6, 7 sometimes.
6 days. I mean,
Yeah.
just depending on what's going on, right?
Yeah.
So if you can go in there, figure out the day, you got to do research. So you got to figure out like a map of where you're going, create a routine, and then figure out who you like, who you don't like, who likes you, who doesn't like you, right? You make friends. So you got to kind of figure out what that routine looks like and then incorporate that into your business. So as you drive around, you're going to find these agents that are, sometimes, nice, sometimes are complete douches. It just depends on, what you come across. But when you find somebody that clicks with you, Jerry, go back to them. Hey,
Yeah.
what's a good day? What's the best time? I don't want to interrupt your sales meeting. What day is that? And then they're going to tell you, oh, it's on Wednesdays at 9 o'clock. Okay, that's a good day because the day before that day, they're preparing for that meeting so that they can stay employed. Like that's the big business, that's the deal with the builders. They have to give an update every single week. And then you got to figure out when their year end is because that's another meeting fiasco. So everything is about prepping for meetings so that they can stay employed. So every week they're having to give numbers on sales, progress on sales,
It's brutal.
progress on what's happening, what's selling, what prospects they have, all of that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
So if you go in there as a friend, you're not there to ask them for their business. You're not doing anything, but they're going to have the same conversations we're having right here. Hey, I'm struggling with this. Hey, I got this scenario. Have you ever heard of that? You're going to get that each time that you go. If you keep going consistently, you're part of that weekly routine for them.
Yeah.
Eventually, that builds into some sort of confidence that they know who you are. Then you may not have to go all the time. Then an email or phone number might be coming your direction versus the other way around. But I promise you, if you go in there and consistently, eventually they're like, "Oh no, you need to talk to Jerry. He does loans on the outside. You want to talk to him."
Gotcha.
Jerry, I just talked to him last week. He just told me about this other program, and I know our in-house people do it, but Jerry does outside business, and that's what he focuses on.
Gotcha. Thank
And
you.
then you ask him, like, hey, what realtors do you partner up with?
That's
Who
what
do you
I'm calling.
recommend?
That's
And
what
then you start going into their circle, right? That's what you're doing. You're trying to get into their network. Who
yeah.
are you referring?
Martine, how often are you going to see the same builder?
So
Builder reps, yeah.
so remember, I'm the guy that they come to, but I
I know. We did our podcast.
so
Yeah.
the difference with that is that that's what I do if I want to go acquire a builder. It's just nonstop. And I'll just if I like right now, that's what I'm doing. I'm farming for a new builder that's doing at least, 150 transactions a year and consistently and financially stable to keep doing it. But the answer it would be that if you're looking just to build friendships, I would tell you how much business do you want? And is this going to be something that you want to do? Because consistency is everything. So if you're trying to build relationships with more realtors, this is an endless way to get additional partnerships without sitting there dialing. So if you're better in person, like for me, I'm better face to face than I am over the phone. And I know that. So if I get in front of people, I can do much better than I will over the phone. So if that's yours as well, then go as often as you can and stay consistent with it, but know your strength. Like, don't force yourself to dial if that's not what you do. If that's not what you're good at. You can get better at it, of course. But if your strength is in person, go get in front of fucking people.
I love it.
Amen.
Thank
Wanda,
you.
what you got, my friend?
Yeah, and just Martin, thank you so much for sharing this. This has been helpful, and I think this probably deserves a whole show of its own. So you say when
I
you
was,
go
I was
there,
thinking about that. Yeah.
yeah, it sure does.
Yeah.
So when you go there, you're not asking them to, you're not asking to be their lender. You're just making friends. But
So
what's the goal? Because I've always been taught ask for the business. So if you go there, you just make friends. I mean,
So you're building relationships. So you're not going to just call somebody like Scott just said a little while ago. You need to talk to somebody. You need to build some sort of relationship. We always talk about friending them online, on social media. Before you start calling them, do some research. Know who you're talking to. One of the biggest insults I find is when a recruiter calls me and tells me something about hey, this is what we're doing over here. And they're just literally diarrhea of the mouth, throwing out everything that they have. And I'm like, hey guys, I appreciate the call. I know it's tough making the calls, but I got to get going. I'm good where I'm at. Thank you so much. And then sometimes if I have the time, I'll even tell them like, hey, you might want to change up your pitch. Like, look me up and then let's talk. You know, just to give them a different approach. But the answer would be, is there a builder close to where you live?
Yes, a lot.
Bunch of them. Bunch
Okay.
of them.
What's the smallest builder in the area?
I don't know. I don't know their
Okay, you have
size.
your Publix, you have your DR Hortons, your Lennar.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, those are all
Toll
the public
Brothers, yeah.
builders.
The
Okay.
public builders, yes.
So they're going to be there 5 days, or the primary salesperson will be there 5 days a week. Then they're going to have a temp the other 2 days. The temp is just as good because they jump around from community to community. They're going to be able to give you a lot of business about how they all function. So, and you're just going in there to literally gossip. Like that's what you're doing. You're just having a conversation. So if you can be nice enough, go say hi. Find out about their business. That's what you're trying to do. Figure out what they do, what their pain points are, and then figure out what you know and figure out potentially how you can insert yourself in something that could help them. The first thing that could help them is probably a good coffee and a lunch. Figure out what they want for lunch. Hey, I'm going to stop by tomorrow. What do you guys have? There's two of you here. Okay, let me bring you something. And then just do that. But here's what I'll tell you right now. If you have an hour of free time today, go.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think about it. Go. Find out what your experience is going to be by going today. The worst that can happen is somebody says nothing to you. They have to say something to you. You're going into their office. They have to be nice to you.
Yes.
Don't go in there and saying, hey, I'm the realtor or I'm a lender and I'm here to, save your life. No. Hi, how are you guys doing? Hey, what do you guys got going on? What are you guys building? Listen to it. Take their spiel, look at what everything they got, and then just listen.
So
Spend more time
you
listening.
don't even tell them like, could you use a line like, hey, I got a client talk about one of your homes. I just want to come and check this out.
I probably wouldn't tell them till the third or fourth visit.
Okay. All right.
And the reason why is because I want to figure out more about them.
Okay.
You're gonna get the resistance the minute you tell them you're a loan officer or a realtor.
Gotcha.
So the more information you can get from them on their normal pitch, and just let them know, like say, hey, I'm not in the market to buy, but I am very interested in this new construction. So, and what you're doing is that like if somebody comes in that it wants to see one of their houses, you want to tell them like, no, go with them. I'm gonna go walk your models. I'm gonna go take a look at everything, and then I'm gonna come back, and be very intentional about what you're doing. Like pay attention to the houses that they have, the inventory they have, the house they need to get sold, and then you start using that house as a network for anybody else that you know that's a realtor or lender in the area. Hey guys, anybody know that they have a home right now that needs to get sold? They're paying 3% right now, 20K in broker co-ops. Call your realtor partners because that's a check that they can get in 2 weeks. Like that's a win for any realtor partner you already have. And you're just networking with now a source that has an endless amount of inventory that they can't sell fast enough. Like figure out what people need and bring them together.
Good stuff, man.
You know what it makes me think of, Scotty?
What's that?
Are we looking for a one night stand?
Yeah.
Or are we looking for a marriage?
Yeah. Right.
Right. Because so often we go in looking for the one night stand.
Yeah.
Right. Like I want the right now. I want it right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right. No, we want the marriage. And that's what
funny you say
Martine's
that,
talking
Devin.
about.
It's funny you say that because my statement to the builders is I'm a lender, I'm selling your houses, but I will never get in the way of your sale. If I don't get the loan, I am not going to stop, hinder, make it difficult for the buyer, create any tension in the transaction. I'm going to help you close that deal. I'm going to be pissed on the inside, but they will never know. You know what I mean? I'm going to be mad as hell because I lost the deal.
Yeah.
But I maintain the relationship.
Yeah.
As a builder lender, I am there to make sure they sell as many houses as possible. And the byproduct is going to get me plenty of loans, plenty of business, because there's 10, 15, 20, 30 of them.
This
You only
reminds
need
me-
one of them per year from them to get 2 deals a month.
This is the same thing. So when I so when I used to sell cars, there's these guys called wholesalers, right? And so they wholesale the used car dealership. So he would literally bring a bag of burgers. He'd bring a bag of breakfast sandwiches to our trailer. We were in a trailer. There's like 6 of us, and he'd just come and sit there and hang out with us. And he'd like listen and like, what do you guys need, man? You got any clients? Like, he would just literally be there because he knew that if we had a client that wanted a car that we didn't have, he could go get it.
Yeah.
Every time he came with gifts, like bag of burgers, just I mean, it's like he came in, but just brought you guys some burgers. We're like, yeah, like this, because we can't leave. We got to be there. So
well, what you reminded me is I had a great friend of mine that used to be a rep for Option One. I don't know if you guys remember Option One back in the day. And, he said he built his network and he was like the number one. Like the guy was making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. But he said when he first got started, and you can do this with your realtors. It's harder now because not everybody's in office. You can definitely do it with the builders. So he said he would come in before everybody got there and he'd drop off a thing of bagels with a business card and he'd just leave, right? But before he'd leave, he'd typically talk to the receptionist. And he'd ask, hey, what day do people come in here and have their meetings, right? Like, when's a good day to stop in when everybody's here? Hey, by the way, what do you like, right? And what do they like? And then when he would come back the next time, he'd do it again early in the morning before everybody got there. The receptionist would be the only one there. He'd bring her a little goodie, and he'd have everything there for their meeting. He actually did it whenever they were having their meetings. And he'd do this 3 weeks in a row. But then on the 4th week, he'd come in about 10 minutes before the meeting. And by this point in time, they already expected him to have brought their goodies for the day. Okay. And when he'd show up, they'd be like, Joe, oh my God, we didn't think you were going to show up today. Thank God you're here. I didn't get my breakfast, right? Oh my God. And then they wanted to talk to him. And, you're this is what you do? Oh my God. Yes, cool. We'd love to work with you. Too easy. He bared gifts 3 weeks in a row. On the 4th week is when he went in for the move. And that made them want to have a relationship with him. What Martine's talking about is coming in and starting to have the dialogue and ask them what they want and then bringing them something that they love so they start to like you as a human being, right?
You already do it. You do it everywhere. Yeah. I mean, you talk about loans and, people ask you questions the minute you tell them what you do. It's the same concept. The other one, too, is that along with the same thing of being, consistent about bringing people stuff, is that now think about it this way. Find the local bakery, the local, whatever in your area, and let them know what you're doing. Like, hey, I'm doing this every Thursday for this company over here. Can you give me a discount on this stuff? And can you give me some cards? Because I want to drop it off and I want to, make sure that people know that you exist. And, here's a 10% off coupon for all your people. So you're just keeping that network, that referral, and keep growing it. Because now you can work with that company and that, place that you eat and frequent on a regular basis. Yeah. The Starbucks that I was in the drive-thru in, if I don't get there at 4:30 in the morning, they wonder where I'm at. And then when I go in there at like 8 after I drop off my kid, they're like, hey, they refer me to other people that come through the drive-thru. Like, oh, he's going to be here a little bit later. I just got a refi last week from that, and I wasn't consistent. I wasn't there every single day like I was 2 weeks ago. So then they were looking for me and I wasn't there. So just know that when you create those routines, people will also be looking for you and missing you when you're not there. So really dive in and dig deep, because you can be the fixture that people are looking for wherever you post up.
It's funny you say that, Martine, because I have a coffee shop. I literally pulled up yesterday and they're like, this is so weird. And I came early. I came way earlier than I normally do. And they were like, we were literally just talking about you. Like as I pulled up, and they're like, you're one of our favorite customers. And, we were training a new hire and she was like, do we have any customers we like? And they're like, oh, this guy, Devin, we love him because my wife comes in too and they know her. And that you're creating that, right? That man, and I know the owner now too, right? So
yeah.
I love what you're talking about, Martine.
It goes a long way, guys. It really does. If you're looking at like staying in this and this is your business, build it. Like let people know what you're about. You know what I mean? Like just be deep into it, and I promise you, the referrals won't stop.
Yeah. How many do you think you have? Like, how many of those reps do you think you have on, like, you frequent?
So,
About?
like right now, I'm doing a loan for one that she's buying a condo in San Diego in La Jolla. So it's like a $1.2 million place. And then I'm also doing the real estate for her because she doesn't want to use an agent. So and then I'm going to be selling her another property. So just from her alone this month, I mean, God, I mean, it ends up being I'll get about 3 million in volume from her.
Wow.
But
Wow.
and that's just from and this is somebody that does a few hundred loans a year,
Crazy.
but they can't use their own company. So, and they don't want to refer their family there either. So be friends with that loan officer. I promise they know better.
Interesting.
And
Crazy stuff, man.
it's crazy, but I mean, easily, Scott, I probably 20 or 30 of them.
30. Okay. Okay. That's it.
So I can walk in and they'll be like, "Hey, Martine, how are you doing?"
Oh, really?
You know,
Okay.
and I've worked with a lot of them, so that's the easy part.
Yeah.
You know, some love me, some hate me,
Yeah.
but it's like any realtor, you know, it's a love hate. But if they need you, they're going to love you that day.
Good stuff. You got one more?
One more, and I promise after this I'll keep my mouth shut. So two things I wanted to say. The first thing is you talked about the gentleman that talked at the beginning of the call about the script. I'm trying to get you into a better financial position. Is that the wording?
Yeah. So, hey, is there anything I can do to get you to put you in a better financial situation?
Yeah. And I was thinking about it. It is probably targeted more so for end users, but it's a good script we could use for realtors as well.
Is there anything we can do to put your clients in a better financial situation?
Or even to put them as realtors in a financial position, help them close more loans, give them more product, than they otherwise would have. That's one. Then number two, I hear there's a call star or something like that.
All-star calls.
All-star call. What's that? Could you tell me a little bit more about it? And is everybody invited, or is it just for an elite group?
You can come.
What? What? Yeah, maybe Devin, I'll touch base with you because I really need some.
You might have my number.
I do. I'm gonna touch base.
Yeah,
I need something like that right now.
The cool part is MLO Live is going to be. Devin does it inside of Rome. You guys heard of Rome? RO.am. So Rome. And so I'm moving the MLO Live coaching inside of Rome so people can go back and forth. So Devin can stop in and say hi, and if somebody wants to go over there and make calls. And so, check this out. This is pretty cool. This is our office.
There's Scotty. There's me.
Yep.
Kobe's over here. Jerry, Raphael.
That's me in my office right there. So
there's some Coach Ricker up there.
Yeah. And then we did show them the NASA ignition sequence. So this is
where all-star calls happens, is up here in the launch pad. And Scotty's been running his MLO Live in the mission control.
That's where I'm going to be, baby. Mission control.
So Scotty, at Empire, we have Rome also. I love the platform.
Yeah.
But is that for everybody? It said Premier Lending at the top. So is that for anybody to jump in?
It's going to be part of MLO Live coaching. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. And when are you guys doing that?
The link. So I'll give you the link to get in. So it'll change Monday. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays when we're doing the coaching call. You can go there every day for the All-Stars. Is 5 days a week, Devin?
5 days a week.
Okay.
We start at 9 o'clock Central, which is 10 o'clock Eastern. I know that's a little late for you, David. And just pinged you in Rome, my man. So you are now connected to me.
Cool.
And I just granted you a guest badge. You can come over whenever you want.
Baby. There you
Look
go.
at this. I feel like VIP this morning.
I can't get out of Rome.
All you got to do is ask, my brother. All you got to do is ask.
One of my best friends always says he's a big-time real estate investor. He probably owns like 30 homes, whatever. He's always like, dude, asking is free.
Asking is free. Yeah. Amen. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us on this beautiful Friday. I hope everybody. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to yell that out. But everybody have an amazing weekend. And Martin, I sent you a text.
Martin.
Martin, I hope you'll be on the show next week, brother. Martin,
Cool.
love to make a whole episode out of this. Not that it wasn't today, but I think the rest of the world could use this and give back to them. And so, I mean, there's so much opportunity out there, and everybody talks about builder business, and I think we're just thinking about it the wrong way. Yeah, you can be a preferred lender for that builder, but you can also get more business from the actual reps that work at the.
It's so much more along what we do, which
You're
is
not stuck.
we don't want to be stuck.
Yeah, we don't want to be stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like being
Martin, you're a realtor also, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you do any active real estate stuff?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
I am. So I do more real estate than I do loans.
He does.
Do you really? Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right, brothers. Hey, so thank you so much for being here today.
81 transactions over the last 12 months as a realtor. You guys might want to call him and see if you can get his business.
Ooh,
I get those calls too. They're hilarious.
That's pretty cool. All right, guys.
Let's go, man.
Have a good weekend.
Happy Friday.
See you Monday. Take care, everybody.
All right. See you guys.
I miss you guys over the weekend, brothers.
Don't go grind.
Faster.